Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, folks. Michael Zuber, one rental at a time. And we've got Matt, the mortgage guy. And somebody I wanted to ask about is Barry Habib. Barry Habib is an amazing forecaster. He's been following the mortgage market. He's won many, many awards for being very, very good at what he does. And I know you follow him, Matt, and I thought we should talk about what he's calling now.
Yeah, I'd love to because Crystal Ball Award winner. The guy's won multiple
Multiple
awards.
times.
Yeah,
Yeah,
for
multiple times.
for being right about the housing market a lot more often than he's wrong. And so I pay attention to people that have got it right in the past, right? And his call right now is not one that I'm seeing in many other places. And I know that some people would say, it's connected to the mortgage industry and wants to always paint a rosy picture, but there's actually data and analysis and some thought put into the things he's saying. It's not just on a whim. And so on a call that we did this week, a bunch of mortgage colleagues I have from around the country, different channels, some brokers, some retail lenders, some bankers. I think there was probably 300 people on this call. Barry went through some of his thoughts on what he thinks is going to happen that would get us to about a 5% 30-year fixed by Q2 of 23.
Wait, no, hold on. So, wow. I want to say that again. So Barry, I just want to make sure I heard it right. One of Barry's calls is he thinks rates are going lower over the next 8 months, 6 months.
Yeah.
He thinks they could go as low as, again, this is 30-year owner occ 5%, something with a five on. All right. You have my attention.
And, for me and my simple brain, I'm going to do a really simplified 1-minute version of it.
Okay.
CPI numbers start to show massive improvement in Q4 of 21. Okay. Our first reading is November 10th, and then we'll have the November and December readings that come out in December and January because they lag. Mm-hmm. Because of really high readings in Q4 of 2021.
So this is called the base effect that we've talked about on my channel, just so people know. Okay,
yeah, ahead. It's going to be easier to see improvement when you look at year on year and you look at Q4 of 22 versus Q4 of 21. With those readings showing improvement with inflation, Barry points out that mortgage rates have always followed inflation. You can look back 50 years and they've tracked with inflation pretty well. So as inflation comes down, mortgage rates will come down. And not just that, the 10-year treasury comes down, and currently that 3% spread between a roughly 4% 10-year and a 7% rate is historically just off. It's almost always 2% or less.
It's gigantic, yeah.
And so inflation comes down, rates follow, the 10-year gets down to 3%, that spread gets back to a 2% spread, and mortgage rates are at 5%. I know that it's aggressive to say, like, how could we have it go that far, that fast? Q2 of 23 is pretty darn close, right? We're only 5 months out from the start of that quarter. But he's pretty convinced that this is the trajectory that mortgage rates are going to follow, and that we're essentially at a peak for mortgage rates right now.
So I'm just trying to piece together the economic data that would have to happen in order for Barry's call to be right. And this is how I break it down. So not only does he have to see meaningful reductions in CPI, headline, and core. Let's try to put some numbers on it, right? Let's say the last reading was 8.2. You can't argue that. So what he's probably saying is headline somewhere in the low sixes pretty soon, right? Because you got to start cutting this thing down pretty well. Maybe like 6.8, 6.9.
Yeah, I was gonna say if you pin like a 7.9, 7.5,
you just keep working down, right? Yeah. So he's calling that. Okay. Again, I'm not judging. I'm just trying to play the dominoes, how we can get there by Q2. We're obviously going to be in a recession. That's probably going to be one of the things that brings the margin in, because I agree with you. It's something I pointed out on my channel many times. We're a couple deviations above normal. The spread, uh, it's not only three, it's like 320 basis points today. So it's gigantic. What else do we have? Unemployment's going to be up, so you're going to have the Fed be a little softer. Unemployment last reading was 3.7. It's probably going to be somewhere in the high fours. Um, heaven forbid, or I mean, no, actually, I should say it the other way. Let's hope the war is over by then, right? That's obviously a contributor uh, to issues. Hopefully, supply chain is, 1,000 times better.
Right.
There could be lots of good things that come that way. I think it's a ballsy call. Again, I follow Barry when I can. I'm not lucky enough to be in his orbit to be on these calls. But yeah, I mean, I love anybody who makes a call, because then you have receipts, right or wrong.
Right.
So I appreciate anybody, and I appreciate Barry. I'm lucky enough to speak with him one time before. Um,
I
I will
think you're
say
right.
this.
Things have to align, right? There's things
Yeah,
that have to happen. Yeah.
multiple things, which again, they all can, right? We've got 6 months, hopefully they go that way. Um, yeah, I could see it. And the other thing I will say is, what I've learned talking to my real estate agents and brokers is all we need is mortgage rates under 6. We don't need 5. We need 5.99, and the housing market reinvigorates.
I agree 1,000%. And that's where, I'm encouraging investors and people who are buying owner aux that you don't know how long this good time for you as a buyer is going to last. Because if rates go, to your point, to 5.9 or 5.5, a lot more demand returns to the market. Does that mean double-digit home price appreciation? No, but it means less seller credit, less negotiations,
Yes.
less things on the market for 55 days. There's going to be less of that. So in a time right now where I'm seeing investors get amazing deals, every concession they ask for, and they really have a lot of leverage, that leverage diminishes when mortgage rates come down because demand returns.
Yeah, exactly. Last thing I'll close with is I put out a stat yesterday that was the best real estate statistic I've heard in a decade, and that is 84% of buyers think it is a horrible time to buy. So if you are part of the 16%, you are probably an investor like me, and you are excited and you are writing low offers with great yield. And if you are one of them lucky enough to get bank lending, I suggest Matt, the mortgage guy. How do you want them to reach out?
Go to greatmortgagebroker.com, fill out the form, get pre-approved, connect with somebody on the team. Not only do we want to get you pre-approved so that you're ready to write offers, we want to strategize with you, whether it's, how much credit are you asking for to buy down the rate a certain degree. If you're buying an owner occupied, if you're structuring a 2-1 buy down, how much credit do you need for that? And I'm really encouraging people now more than ever, realtor, loan officer, client, working together, because we've got leverage. There's levers that we can pull. We need this much credit. We need this price. How do we structure the debt around it? We're the debt advisors of the world. You've got somebody else advising you on assets and how to properly structure that. We're helping you properly structure the debt. And when there's, all the leverage and the ability to ask for credits and stuff right now, we want to use that money wisely.
Very cool. Again, one rental at a time fans really love working with you and the team. So thank you for all you do. Take care. Bye-bye.
All right. Thanks, Mike.